good afternoon. So I'm going to talk to you here about Arloop, the work that we've done over the past few years and how we've naturally evolved to accelerate innovation. So if you guys are as young as I am, you'll remember 1985. We thought 2015 would look like this. I was 5 years old in 1985. I was excited for 2015. 2015's come and gone. And what happened? People said we wanted flying cars, but instead we got 100 characters. The question is, why aren't we flying around in a flying car or a flying suit? The problem? Innovation bottleneck. Over the last 5 decades, what's happened? Investment in R&D has slowed down dramatically. What used to be 3 to 4% of the national GDP is now less than 1%. Fund managers, VCs, as well as banks over the last couple of decades have invested into projects that have given them quicker return on investment, as opposed to projects that are better for humanity or better high R&D investments that would lead to innovation. What's the solution? The solution is Arloop and moonshot projects. Our mission is to develop and launch innovative technology for genuine design, for radical change to benefit humanity. Is it even possible? How are we going to do this? Well, firstly, let's find the innovators. Who are the innovators? It's each and every one of you. It's everybody in this room. You're all here today either to learn something or to present something. So let's now try and find a project. Everyone heard of the Hyperloop? So in 2013, Elon Musk announced it as a white paper. The story goes, in 2015, he wasn't happy with the progress and speed of development, so he announced it as a global competition. 2,000 teams globally entered the call when he announced the competition in summer 2015, and that's where Arloop began. It was a Saturday for me. I was on a SpaceX subreddit looking at rockets and stuff, and somebody said in the SpaceX subreddit, well, the competition's announced, why don't we form a virtual team? And just like that, Arloop was born. At the time, there was only a handful of us, and then over time, people started joining. And literally, without meeting anybody, we just started working virtually to try and design the future of transport. Our team of experts on the SpaceX subreddit were from all over the world. 2,000 teams we initially joined, and there were various stages of the design process. And as you can appreciate, SpaceX is the most advanced engineering company in the world. There was various stages we had to go through, and only 12 teams would be selected from virtual design to actually physically build a prototype. We worked for 9 months without meeting anybody, without having a single telephone call. We only messaged each other online, and this is how we formed our team. We got selected, surprising to our surprise, from 2,000 down to the last 12, and we won the best non-student award. There were 2 categories, a student category and a non-student category. We won the non-student category, competing with some of the best engineering companies in the world. We got awarded the first award from Elon Musk. And then we were faced with a complex problem. Whilst we were able to virtually design, we now had to physically build a prototype. Events led on. We found a space in Silicon Valley, and we started our R&D there. Most of our highly skilled engineers are already employed full-time in other organizations. So everything that we've done in our spare time. January 2017, the competition was announced. It was the time of the competition. All the teams that built the physical prototype had to compete. And Arloop, 60 members from 21 countries arrived at Hawthorne SpaceX. This is the prototype that we built. It's today the most advanced Hyperloop prototype that's been demonstrated in the public space. Completely autonomous, travels 400 miles per hour. And to our surprise, we won the Hyperloop Innovation Award in the first Hyperloop competition. And it didn't end there. Elon Musk was quite impressed with the way that, not only the way that we collaborated, but the Hyperloop prototype that we built. He personally asked us to come back in August 2017 to demonstrate our pod further in the test environments that they have set up. 36 months later, where are we? We're over 1,300 engineers from 59 countries. We collaborate only online and only virtually. We don't have physical space, only where we build our R&D. In August 2017, when Elon Musk asked us to come back to test our pod further, we achieved world first status in many aspects. One was levitation outside the need of a high-fluid tube or a high-fluid crack. We can levitate on any conductive surface. We've also built a pressure chamber that can sustain human life at 1% atmosphere. So you can sustain human life in a high-fluid environment. We've demonstrated all of this in the public space. This is the coverage that we've had globally. I'll look on the blockchain. Why are we working on the blockchain? Over the last 2.5 years, our members have worked virtually and everyone's gave up their time. We want to now be able to remunerate people for the work that they do. So smart contracting and remunerating people for the actual proof of cognition, the actual work that they bring in. So we started up as a high-fluid organization, and like many great inventions like the post-it note and X-ray, we discovered something. What we discovered was the power of the processes that we were creating. What we realized was really not only have we built a prototype for the future of transport, but we're also laying the foundations for the future of work, where now anyone, anywhere can come, collaborate and innovate, work on projects that either we're working on or bring a project that they have an idea of, and we would provide the support services and resources to bring that project to fruition. So we've already demonstrated the Hyperloop and the prototype for the Hyperloop as our first proof of product. And for the future of work, what is it that we're looking at? Our vision. Our vision for the future of work is, imagine global smart factories where you can rapidly prototype any idea or any vision that you have. Our flight is a project that's sponsored by Boeing, and instead of making flying cars, how about making flying people? And we've progressed quite significantly there in our designs as well. Our power, imagine power storage away from lithium-ion, low-cost power storage solutions, which we'll be working on. And most of our engineers, some of our high-end engineers are from NASA and CERN. They're very interested in space exploration. So planetary mining is some of the aspects that we're looking at also. But it goes back to the innovator, it goes back to you guys. These are the projects we're working on. What projects would other innovators want us to work on? We've been working with aspects of the blockchain over the last 12 months, almost 18 months now. And we're launching a token cell soon. And that brings my time to the end. I apologize, it was a rushed presentation. It's usually 30 minutes long, and I had to cram it in 8 minutes. But thank you very much. Any questions?
Hi there, great stuff. So a quick one, just to make sure I'm following. The platform that you're going to have an ICO for is for enumerating, tracking, so on.
Absolutely.
Virtual teams working on stuff.
Absolutely, actual proof of cognition, actual tracking of the work that's being done. Imagine Hyperloop is 1 million tasks, so how do we distribute 1 million tasks? We've done that effectively so far, but how do we now reapply that into different projects? So it's for smart contracting, remunerating people that do, but also proof of cognition, actually recording the work people are working on.
IPR, things like that also covered.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Excellent, all the best.
Thank you.